This is Stephanie, and this is the Mocha Minutes Podcast. Hey guys, before we get into the episode, I just wanted to let you know about something that's a little new here at the Mocha Minutes Podcast. We are now participating in Buy Me a Coffee. So if you haven't heard, buymeacoffee.com is a place where you can show some support and some love monetarily to some of your favorite content creators. That includes me. So it's in the increments of either $1, $3, or $5, and you can do as many as you would like. So I just wanted to let you guys know, would love some support. So if you would go to buymeacoffee.com/Mocha Minutes, I would greatly appreciate it. It will also be in the show notes. Okay, here we go. Fuck being good, I'm a bad bitch. I'm sick of motherfuckers trying to tell me how to live. Wackos hate under my pictures on the gram. Bitch, you better hope I never run across your man. In the mall with him, I might have a ball with him. Somebody call Rihanna, I'ma buy some drawers with him. He fucking with the stallion cause he love wild women. Put them legs on his head, now he love tall women. You'll never catch me calling these niggas daddy. I ain't lying about my nut just to make a nigga happy. Lifestyle when a nigga can't fit a magnum. It never happened if the dick wasn't snapping. I'm a hot girl. I do hot shit. Spend his income on my outfit. I don't text quick cause I ain't thirsty. These bitches mad. They wanna hurt me. I'm a hot girl. I do hot shit. Spend his income on my outfit. I don't text quick cause I ain't thirsty. These bitches mad. They want to hurt me. Welcome to the Mocha Minutes Podcast. Thank you so much for joining me. This is Stephanie. When I tell you Megan Thee Stallion is a mood, I am not fucking kidding. And I know that boy who plays the shooty hoops is embarrassing her because, well, sometimes niggas is embarrassing. And then his alabaster ex-queen decided to act like she don't know how to pronounce Megan. And it's like, I didn't realize Megan would be his type. Stop acting like a bad bitch ain't anybody's type. Let's be very fucking clear here. And I'm sorry, you don't seem bad, babe. You just seem like you have blonde hair. Megan Thee Stallion's a bad bitch, and I don't want to hear nothing else about it. Bad bitch is everybody's type. Bad bitch is my type, and I'm using bad bitch gender neutrally. So it's like, if the nigga bad, that's my type, period. But today, as we are recording this, we're having like a nice little lunch break run through. I got my girl, Cook from the Highly Inappropriate Podcast. Cook, how are you?
Greetings, friend. Greetings. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Welcome to 2025, honey.
First of all, before I get started, I just want to recap Titties and Chicken weekend and my girl Stephanie coming to the go-go.
And I went to my first go-go, a real one. Like, I've listened to go-go music, because I don't think I told you this. I've listened to go-go music. I've never been to a go-go. So I'm like, are you kidding me? When she said one, it was near me, and I was like, oh, I can swing this. I really can. I'm like, yay, it's somewhere I could go. But when she said go, I'm like, oh, I'm going to that. It's like I'm spending time with Cook, so it's like yes. So it's like go. It's like, oh fuck yes. See how that work?
Yes.
But go ahead.
No, because I just want to say that weekend was utterly grand and chaotic all at the same time.
Okay.
It was the perfect ending to Sagittarius season.
Oh
Embrace
my God.
the chaos, people. Go with the flame, because we don't know what the fuck is about to happen in 2025. But I am literally lit the fuck up to figure it, to see what's going to happen.
Okay, because when I tell you I found a new black unit of measure. Nigga amount of chicken is a thing.
Nigga amount. Mm-hmm.
What's a nigga amount? It's like, niggas know what a nigga amount is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm like, when I tell you, it ain't 4.
No. And let me tell you something. That chicken was hot and crispy. It up. And when I tell you, first of all, shout out to the Mile High Club, because they showed Titties and Chicken all the love that whole night. And one thing he did say, after he called us freaky, I was like, watch your mouth, because I'm grown. Number two, he was like, y'all really are titties and chicken. Like, y'all came through, y'all looked at these titties, and y'all ate all the damn chicken.
Hello.
And
It's like I feel
you
like
know,
it's kind of like it's like what goes better with chicken except titties. I mean, I get it. We can have the spaghetti discussion. We can have the potato
listen,
salad, the macaroni and cheese discussion, but let's be very clear. Titties
period,
go with chicken. Period.
period.
I'm just
It's
saying.
titties and chicken.
Why you think it's on every script club? Why you think chicken on the damn menu? Hello.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying. So welcome back to the pod. Happy birthday to Issa Rae. Her birthday was January 12th. We're recording on the 13th. And shout out to my grandmother. Her birthday is today.
Shout out Granny and Issa. Happy Capricorn season, guys. I too am raising a Capricorn, so I get it.
Oh my gosh. And so my brother's was the first, but also somebody, and shout out to Asa, aka Sanity Thief, aka 1/3 of Black Girl Lost. I'm sorry, Black Girl Missing. It's way too many up. It's Black Girl Missing. But that, and also a friend of me, but also a friend of the pod. Her birthday is today too. So shout out to her because she's a real one. And she be keeping faces beat. So wanted to do that. Let's start low key, and I just, it's kind of like with everything going on in California, like let's start someplace fun before we go. Girl, what the hell? So Aaron Pierre, I did not watch Rebel Ridge. Haven't watched it yet. I
you
know.
got to. It was so good,
y'all. I knew it was going. I knew you were going to react. What?
No, it was long. Rebel Ridge is long. I ain't gonna hold you. Could they have cut maybe a smooth 15 minutes out of that shit? Yeah. But watching it on screen, I'm
okay. So I'm like, I gotta watch Rebel Ridge. I've been seeing the clips of him. And then there is Jennifer Hudson, who has rebranded herself as one of the most fun daytime talk show hosts I've ever seen ever. That, to give yourself a staple, you gotta give yourself something that is your show. And her show has a spirit tunnel, where basically all of the staff from the show, they got guests coming out and they make songs up to cheer, basically to give spirit, to hype up the guests. Well, Aaron Pierre, he has one because the prequel Mufasa, he is the voice of Mufasa, and he has a spirit tunnel video.
Yeah, that's
Mufasa. I was like, oh, okay.
You see the girl in the green jacket who said, "Wow."
I saw it and I was like, oh my God, girl. It's like, I'm like, I'm not even going to hold y'all. He is kind of pretty. He really is, y'all. And he's Jamaican. He's part Jamaican. So I was like, oh, then let me shut the hell up. Anyway, so I saw the video, thought it was cute. Then I started saying, they're turning off the comments. Because let me tell y'all something. For all of my slores and whores out there, y'all are doing amazing. I'm not even going to hold you. Because I was like, now, why would that? Oh, y'all crotch watching. Is that what's happening? It's like, ooh, Lord have mercy. It's like, when I tell you, I have been of this belief for a long time. The worst offenders of thirst traps are men. However, for sexual harassment in the comments, the worst proponents are women, because we don't give a goddamn, okay? Men, we know y'all don't give a damn. But women and those who like to have sex with men, girl, we are top tier. And the fact that we had to turn these comments off, I'm like, now why would they? Oh, because y'all was crotch watching. Now, I'm not even going to hold you. I'm not a crotch watcher because sometimes people are growers and not showers. However, comment looks like Aaron Pierre is both. And I was like, oh, okay. It's like, I can see. I'm like, but also, I'm not studying the video, but I'm old enough to know context clues when I see them. Like, oh, because y'all watching it. I'm sorry, y'all. It do look heavy. So I'm not following y'all.
Heavy and deep.
And he got them big old lips too. I'm like, Hopefully, the English part of him kicks in because there are the
Mm.
stereotype of Jamaican men.
Or maybe he's just a decent person and we don't, because I don't want no British man either. So,
Oh, that wasn't the stereotype I was talking about.
oh, well, no,
So
as a quarter Jamaican, I just came to say like whether or not those rumors are true or not.
I'm
You can
screaming at
point to
quarter Jamaican.
it. Yeah, yeah,
So the
yeah.
stereotype that I heard, and I haven't heard this in a few years, maybe it has aged out, but the thing was that Jamaican men do not go down on women.
That's a lie, but
Exactly. So
it's a
that's why I was
lie.
like, really? I'm like, I feel like that. Like apparently that's a thing, and I'm like, is it though? Like I don't think that's, but that's what I heard. But I was thinking, I'm like, I hope that's not true, at least for him, because I mean, it's men across the spectrum of geographical areas who are like, I don't do that. It's
It's
like,
a lot of niggas who say that shit, but the only thing that women need to really worry about and pay attention to, it's no reason for a nigga to be eating your ass after he met you 3 days prior. Okay, so when any nigga going down on you, like immediately, is hobosexual.
very
He's
much
just
so.
trying to turn you out so
He
you'll
look, he
offer
like
him.
if I do this, that means I can
It's
ask her
no
this weekend.
goddamn
Can say
excuse
stay?
for
Can I
any
stay with
man
you? Nigga, no.
to eat your ass and your coochie, and he's only known you for 3 days. I need everybody to just go ahead and take a beat, okay?
Yeah, that's part of like the
Does he's a
romantical
homosexual?
coit. That's
Don't do it.
romantical coitus. I'm gonna tell you this right now. At least it
Mhm,
should be.
mhm. Yeah, yeah. Like after 3 days, this nigga just going down. But see, here's the thing, like, even with women, like I got to know him. All right, he a good dude, he done bought me some stuff. I'm gonna give him some head. Niggas should be on the same time as you,
Yeah,
honestly. But for them to
yeah.
outright say they don't do it, like that's what I done told a lot of niggas, like either you eat my pussy or we never.
I'm saying
That's how I
it's
heard
always
you.
on the menu. It's always a part of the menu.
I
So it's
got that
like
mouth
this
and
menu
that
is price. It's prefix. It's a prefix menu, and eating pussy is always on it.
listen, Linda, listen.
Prefix.
Okay, like you no licky, no sticky. Okay,
Okay.
but if we get into the sticky part, like and all that, then yeah, I'm gonna need you already.
Okay. Let me write these down. Quarter Jamaican.
Mhm.
Prefix menu. When I tell you we are not shit, okay. I'm just saying we not
Fitness above
okay.
the fold.
We because we talk about what's below the belt, and it's like,
Yeah.
okay, all right.
Mm.
But yeah, I wanted to start off something fun because I was just like, see, let them ladies have some fun, okay? It's like, let me tell you something. It, that is very creepy for women to get all of that because one, hey, I SA. However, not saying that women cannot SA men. That is not what Stephanie is saying. However, y'all gonna stop acting like if you don't just say hi to a nigga, he get naked and slutty and he ready to fuck.
Ugh.
Oh, you look good in jeans. Do you want to see what's out of jeans? Oh, really? Let me see it. Which is why, hey guys, don't just send no unsolicited dick pic. If she really want to see it, she'll just say, "Let me see it."
Honestly, no bullshit. Yeah, I'm gonna let you know what I want.
Hello? It's like I'm like, yeah, if a woman wants to, like, if she want to see your dick, she just gonna ask. Let me see it.
Well, thing about it, so it's funny. There have been a lot of conversations before we lose TikTok. We still going and
Ooh.
shit. But a lot of dudes, they're talking about a lot of men are opting out and choosing not to be in relationships. Da 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 da. And my thing was just like, fuck around with these niggas. Like, but then it dawned on me. I was like, that's just something people are saying to guilt women into being with men. Because the truth is, now that women can independently fund their own lives, men have to actually have a personality and be interesting in order for women to dig them and be interested in
Hello?
them. And instead of
Hello?
doing the actual character development to have a personality, they're just tripling and doubling down on their bullshit. So don't worry about anything, guys. Let's everybody take a beat. When you hear new information, everybody take a beat and pause and relax. I
Just
don't want anybody making any
maybe,
sense.
just a little, y'all. Like, for real. Just a little. It's like, girl, leave us alone. Like, loneliness epidemic, you mean because women are just tired of y'all bullshit? You mean that?
Yeah.
Y'all don't
Yeah.
have to change. Women just got to lower state. No, that's not how that's working. Dick is
Mhm.
too free for y'all to be acting like this. And that's on
Mhm.
period. Okay, so the TikTok ban is closer than ever.
Mm.
But yes, no, your app probably won't just disappear. Now, this is from CNN. Now, we talk about TikTok. I'm on the TikTok. It's a lot of people I enjoy, but here we go. TikTok's fake in the United States is now in the hands of the Supreme Court, and things are not looking good for the app. This is from January 11th. Just want to let y'all know. It's 2 days ago. The Supreme Court on Friday heard oral arguments over the law that could ban TikTok in the United States. The law, signed by President Joe Biden in April, requires TikTok to be sold off its China-based parent company, ByteDance, or face a U.S. ban. So essentially, what it sounds like, they are just like, they were trying to hey, hi, get away from this company, or we're going to ban you. And China was like, you don't tell me what to do. Fuck you.
Because the owner is from Singapore, not China. And he said that like 8 times during his hearing. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh my God, girl.
Chinese app. He's from Singapore.
That's not in China.
Sorry.
Okay, right.
Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
No, he's in Singapore.
He's from Singapore.
Damn, he's from Singapore. All right. Yeah. Like, wait, what the hell is wrong with y'all? We ain't shit. The hearing did not seem to go well for TikTok, making it more likely than ever that the ban will go in effect starting on January 19th. Most of the justices appeared likely to uphold the law, lobbying tough questions at lawyers for TikTok and its users about the relevance of their argument that the law violates the First Amendment, which, yeah, it kind of does. Even TikTok attorney Noel Francisco seems uncertain about how exactly a ban would go down. On January 19th, as I understand it, we shut down. Beyond being unavailable in the app stores, what the act says is that all the other types of service providers can't provide service either. So essentially what they're going to say is that, I think, we're not going to be providing the service necessary to have you see it. So it's essentially going to stop operating. I think that's the consequence of this law. TikTok itself said in its emergency filing to the Supreme Court that if the court doesn't block the law, it would take effect on January 19, 2025, shutting down TikTok for its more than 170 million monthly American users. But some things are clear, including the fact that TikTok won't suddenly disappear from existing users' phones. Here's what we know about how a ban would work. Technically, TikTok could take its ball and go home, blocking access to the app for American users itself as a way of rebuking the U.S. government and strengthening its bargaining position with the support of millions of newly irate people bereft of their beloved TikTok. But given how hard it's fought to avoid a ban, it's more likely the U.S. government will have to act to enforce the law. It is widely expected that the U.S. government will force app store operators like Google and Apple to remove TikTok from their platforms. That will mean new users won't be able to download it. TikTok's existing American users could still use the app on their phones, but they won't be able to update it via the app stores, meaning the company won't be able to fix bugs or security holes, and either of those can add up, eventually making the app difficult, if not impossible, to use. Potentially, vulnerabilities will become known in the app, and hackers will take advantage of those vulnerabilities to compromise your account on your device, Eva Galperin, director of cybersecurity at the Electronic Frontier Foundation, told CNN. Still, it could be weeks or months before existing users see their experience on the app degrade. The government could also force American internet service providers, which provide access to the internet and websites on them, to block TikTok, making it impossible to access the web version of the platform. But that approach would be complicated, Galperin said, because there are many more ISPs in app stores. Regardless of the precise route the government takes to block TikTok, there will almost certainly be ways around it. For example, by using a virtual private network, because before I read this sentence, this is the first thing I thought. For example, by using a VPN or a virtual private network. A VPN is a program anyone can download that can hide location data and make it appear as though the user is accessing the internet from a different country. Many other countries have blocked social media apps and websites in the past using a variety of different methods with a very wide range of results and levels of effectiveness. In Turkey, for example, a lot of social media sites have been blocked for years, and having a VPN that gets around that censorship is something that nearly every single person in Turkey does. Even if a ban does go into effect, it's not necessarily permanent. ByteDance would still have the option to sell the platform to a non-Chinese owner. He's from Singapore. Owner to restore access to American users. And there are it's like, he's from Singapore. Sorry.
Girl, I was screaming.
He's not from China.
Like he kept saying, like they were like, "Yeah, do you have Chinese?" He was like, "I'm from Singapore." Like he just
It's
kept
like, girl,
saying it.
it's like,
And
yo,
the optics of those white people
honey,
questioning the Asian man,
honey.
not knowing where the fuck he was really from, like y'all never beaten the allegations, white America. But go ahead, y'all never beaten them allegations, white America.
Yo, and there are willing buyers, a group created by billionaire Frank McCourt and backed by Shark Tank famous investor, Kevin
Fuck
O'Leary said
him. I hate
Thursday
him. Really.
they made a formal bid to ByteDance to acquire TikTok's U.S. assets, although the company has repeatedly said the app is not for sale. When push comes to shove and those restrictions take effect, I think it will fundamentally change the landscape with respect to what ByteDance is willing to consider. Solicitor General Elizabeth Prelogar, who argued for the government, told the Supreme Court Friday, it might just be the jolt that Congress expected the company would need to actually move forward with the divestiture process. President-elect Donald Trump's, I'm saying, y'all don't see the air quotes, but I'm putting in quotes, promises to save TikTok Donald Trump's promises to save TikTok have also added uncertainty to how a ban would unfold. Ahead of Friday's Supreme Court hearing, Trump filed a brief urging the court to temporarily pause the ban's implementation, currently set to begin one day before his inauguration, to give him time as president to negotiate a sale of TikTok. Legal experts have also suggested that Trump could simply choose not to enforce the law and signal to Apple and Google that they won't be fined for continuing to host the app on their platforms. It is possible that come January 20th, 21st, 22nd, we might be in a different world, Francisco, TikTok's attorney, said Friday, referencing the change in administration. It's not clear, however, that those companies would be willing to violate the letter of the law, even with an assurance from Trump, because, he tells the truth. I'm a little concerned that a suggestion that the president-elect or anyone else would not enforce the law when a law is in effect and is prohibitive of certain action, that a company would choose to ignore enforcement on any assurance other than a change in that law. Liberal-leaning, now why you put this here? Justice Sonia Sotomayor said during the hearing, whatever the new president does doesn't change that reality for these companies. Okay, so first of all, Trump told y'all asses, the hashtag y'all, not us, because we know he lied, that he was like tariffs was not going to be a thing, and then he's like, it's not going to happen. Now he's like, oh, it's nothing I can do. The price of eggs is still the same, darlings.
They actually went up because when I went to the grocery store to prepare for this last snowfall, I still paid too much for them goddamn eggs. The price
how much was eggs now? Because I get my eggs from Aldi's.
Oh, okay. So go to Aldi's because I remember I bought a carton of egg from Aldi's for like $1 one time, but they are like between $4 and $7 depending on which brand. Yeah. I ended up getting Eggland's Best because that was all that was left. Lucerne was all sold out.
Oh.
And they only had like the 24 or the 18 packs, 18 cartons.
Really?
So like between $7 and $8 for the 18. Yeah.
So I will tell you at Aldi's, I think it's like 2 something now, but it has a limit on it. You can't buy more than 2 dozen. So y'all can take that with a grain of salt. So it's like between that and maybe a super Walmart, it's probably the cheapest, but I usually go to Aldi's for obvious reasons. But again, it's a limit. But again, I don't see, let's see what happens January 20th. Oh, and by the way, dear white women who are having this march, like, are black women coming? No.
No.
Sick that day.
Stop asking, bro. Baby girl, stop asking.
We are on, that day, we are on Revolution PTO. Prepare the others. Or better yet, Revolution PTWW. Prepare the white women.
Yeah, you all get in the field this time,
y'all
baby girl. There.
It's like, nope, I'm not coming. And then we supposed to stand together. But when we told y'all to come over here with us and don't do this again, y'all were like, well, I mean, my husband's over there.
We learned from Hillary. We're going to show up.
Okay.
A lot of performing was going on. It's very performative.
Very. Because it's kind of like, they were mad at that black woman who was at that march going like, reminder. And they're like, why are you saying that? Because it's true.
It was after also what happened, really what it started with this round of it, in my opinion. When they got rid of Roe v. Wade and they all came online like, hey guys, we're going to go down to the Supreme Court and we're going to protest. And everybody was like, my girl, go ahead and do that. Like, want you to come with us, black guys. And we were like, no, bitch,
No.
we never want because
we
you
told
lost Roe v.
y'all,
Wade.
we told you this was going to happen.
You didn't vote for Hillary. So when we told you then and you didn't listen then, now you get it. And now you want me to get up and put myself in danger of going outside to protest, knowing that white people will kill me for going outside to protest.
Hello? It's like we're the ones that's going to get our teeth knocked out with beanbags, okay? It's like, it's not you.
It's not you. It's not me.
It's like literally it's not me. It's not us. It's not y'all. It's like if y'all protest, it's like they're not going to come and rough y'all up. They're not going to knock y'all front teeth out with a beanbag.
They're not going to shoot you in your kidney or your liver with a rubber bullet.
Correct.
They're not going to do that to you.
They're going to do it to us because we're the ones that's really violent. We're the violent savages.
Yeah. They will absolutely do that to me. Yeah.
And I don't want to get like black people, like white women get arrested. Girl, shut up. I didn't say that y'all don't get arrested. I said the nature of the arrest.
The police, but y'all don't take to the street. So what we gonna do?
It's like we ain't gonna hear this. So yeah. We will see about this TikTok ban. But the thing about it is like we have a very red Supreme Court thanks to the person that is getting inaugurated on January the 20th.
Because you bitches didn't want to vote for Hillary. So
it's like, baby, it's just 4 years. What could happen? He could put somebody in a lifetime appointment.
We told you. You remember when they came out and said, well, black women Oprah didn't tell us not to do this. We didn't know. You remember when they yelled at Oprah like,
Oprah? It's like, girl.
Oprah was like, I didn't tell you bitches not to do this shit.
It's like, girl, this is not 1989 when she brought out like that radio flyer full of like fake fat to show how much fat she lost. Oprah don't have a daytime show.
They really were like, you didn't tell her.
I'm sorry.
I like this shit is so funny.
It's because it's black women's fault that y'all literally
everything is our fault. Every goddamn thing is our fault. Did you not get the memo?
It's all our fault.
Yo, black women should have never woke up in the morning.
Let me tell y'all something. I'm very pro-Palestine, okay?
Yeah.
No one is saying that. But the folks that were very much like, I'm not going to vote for her because of this. And I'm like, you do realize that means you cannot force her to do a ceasefire because y'all asses didn't put her in office. I'm like, hey, hi, she is the vice president. What the fuck is she like, I get it. Y'all all fell asleep in American civics class in high school. You know what? This is high school level. Like, girls, like, let's go down to middle school because I know they had civics in middle school and elementary school. How do y'all not know what the fuck a vice president does?
It's giving she's a black woman, so we're not going to fuck with her.
I'm not putting her in office.
Above me.
Like, she will not lead this. And dear black men, when talking about like, well, 80 something percent of us, like, hey, hi. We knew what was going to happen. However, what we were asking for y'all to do is to shut up the very vocal minority who seemingly was more vocal than y'all. Y'all just went in there and voted for her, but y'all ain't tell y'all brothers to shut the fuck up.
Not to mention, like a lot of you, like, listen, here's the deal. You don't gotta like us, but by and large, you can't say we've harmed anybody.
Correct.
And if we did, you never going to come out and directly say how, because we just don't. By and large, black women are not worried about a damn thing. We just trying to live and survive and look fly while we do it. Cue the bean, right? That's all we do is dress and rest. Because love don't live here anymore. You tell us that all the goddamn time you don't love us. So here's the deal. I just want everyone to know, and I want it to be known, that from now on, doing the work is masculine, and I am no longer masculine. So I need all you niggas to shut the fuck up and get busy. These next 4 years, you are on the clock. You're on duty. This is you.
It's like, I'm sorry, like black women on PTO. Prepare the others. We're on PTO.
Have you been keeping up with that whole Twitch thing with his wife coming out saying he's an addict?
Hello.
And
so
I
talked about that a little bit about Brandon, but it's like, oh yeah, I'm seeing the stuff, and I'm like, it's bad when his mama coming out.
First of all, I think she murdered him. I ain't gonna hold you. And because my thing is, she kept saying, well, allegedly. and then allegedly, because she kept saying, "Oh, he was an addict," but I was like, "Well, they did the toxicology report, and there was no drugs found in
There
his
was no drugs
system."
in his system, and like the
Not
thing
to
about it,
mention,
it's like there was
everyone who
nothing
worked
there.
with him, yeah, but no, everyone who worked with him and knew him personally, all have come out at some point to be like, "Yeah, I knew him very well, and it did not give addict." It didn't give addict. Like
Yeah,
they were
'cause
all just like, we're really like, everyone's just kind of like, this is new information. And we never heard this prior to any of this. And nobody wants to come out and say anything to the wife because technically she's a widow who is grieving.
yeah.
However, there's a certain decorum,
Mm-hmm.
the way you do things when you are African American, and she's not doing that. And also, now that she done sent her daughter out to talk to everybody about what her mama's doing, and her daughter's like, "Oh, y'all are tripping." Her daughter's now beating them biracial with a white mama allegation. So I'm just gonna put that
So
out
the
there.
thing about this is, so now I want to get this, not you, I want to get this straight because the daughter coming out, people are like, I'm seeing one place, and not saying this is not like he didn't see her as his daughter, but one person saying that is his stepdaughter.
Yeah, that is his stepdaughter.
Right, and then it was just kind of like, okay, so who's his daddy? Because I'm like, wait, is she blackfishing us? You know, like, well, that's the thing. He could be a stepdaughter, and literally, Allison could literally be had been with another black man. That's his daughter. But I do not think that's who that is, because I saw some younger photos of her, and I'm like, that's a whole little white girl. And
Yeah, that little girl who's talking, he's not her biological father.
Okay, but it's like, yeah, because I was lots of,
but that is her mom.
Because I'm like, let me see. I'm like, I don't know. But she's like, that's none of my business. However, there is no fucking way that no. I'm like, when I see people move a certain way, I'm like, that is her daughter. So no. And she's at a certain age. So no, I don't. I'm not surprised by she saying anything either. I'm like, you're like, she need to shut up. I'm like, that's her mama. I'm like, all I hear is New York's voice. I don't care if my mama wrong.
Yeah. Oh,
your
yeah.
mama's wrong.
You gonna lie for your mama, but we can't point out if she wrong, and most likely that's if a nigga don't do nothing, that's what a nigga gonna do.
Right. So it's like, the mama coming out, and I'm like, yeah, you asking his, and then I think the cousin played a recording, so it must not be a two, like. It don't need both parties to be recording. I don't know where he recorded this.
I think in the state of California, you don't need that. Like if
That's
you were
what I
in
thought.
Maryland, you do, because that's how Linda Tripp ended up going to jail for what she did to Monica.
Yeah, because I don't even think they. Yeah, because I don't think they changed that law. Which
that's why I love Maryland or Washingtonian, because we so many fucking fun facts, guys.
Hello.
So many fucking fun facts about the law, guys.
It's like, So when she said, "Oh, I would do it again and have them sign an NDA," my question is, why are you asking his family, most notably his mother, to sign? And why do they need to sign an NDA about the funeral? It was like, I was like, wait a minute, I'm so confused here. It's like,
girl,
what? And the thing about it's like, I could see, like, celebrity friends, give them that. His family, and to a certain extent, your family, they shouldn't be doing no NDAs. And I'm like, so I feel like there is something y'all are not saying about the relationship that he had with his mama. Or his family.
Or he had a pretty decent relationship with his mama.
And now she got, but it's something y'all not saying.
And now she got to come out and fight for her son and his things.
Because it's like the other, so they did have it, and she was a sticking point for the relationship with the son. And now he gone, and because she is his widow, meaning that is his main beneficiary. She now calls all the shots, and there is literally nothing that they can do, which fucking sucks, because even if you and her are not cool, it's giving y'all got into an argument on a Thanksgiving and Christmas like 15 years ago, and now we ain't never seen it back. Mind you, they ain't been together that long, but it seems like something happened at a holiday meal, and y'all ain't ever get over that. Because it's like, that makes no sense to me. It's like, why would you do that to this man's mother?
My suspicion is that
something is rotten in Denmark. I'm like, I'm not even.
It was cultural. Whatever happened between them, it was very cultural. Meaning, she crossed the line that black people just niggas don't do
Yeah, and it's like, that man was like, he was born in 1982. He was a year. It's like,
Mm.
Girl.
See,
And
first of all, and that's one thing a lot of people don't understand about the 80s. The 80s were extremely segregated. And white folk were very racist back then because the 80s was only like 13, 14 years removed from the civil rights.
correct.
So by the time I came along, actually in Prince George's County, they did not start integrating Prince George's County until 1972. And that was still a very slow
Yeah.
process to turn Prince George's County, or because a lot of white people would not sell their homes to black people, even though it was discriminatory. A lot of black people had to sue in order to do that, just to even move to Maryland
Right.
out of the district.
And,
So when you
yeah.
know that stuff like that, like the 80s, everybody's like, oh, I want to go back to da da da. It was
No,
never
you
a time
truly
where
did.
white people
They're like,
wasn't
make
on.
America great again. I'm like, tell me when it's like, it always gets me when it's non-white people. I'm like, y'all can pick several different times to say make America great again. However, common non-white people, I'm like, please point to what year are you talking about? Spoiler alert, you're not going to find too many. You're not going to find any
No.
if we're being quite honest.
Y'all never knew how to act. And that's just on Bucks. It's just the way it is. Like, I didn't make it up. I'm not even making this up. It's literally what you do.
So for everybody, again, now mind you, we are not here to do American civics, but we will. The Civil Rights Act was 1964. The Loving v. Virginia case, which marks that you could actually marry interracially, was 1967. Now, what year did you say again about Prince George's County, Cook?
72. But here's a fun fact too, because I was all over TikTok these last couple of weeks. Let me tell you something. When that girl tried to say that Beyonce, okay, let's take it from the top. In 2016, Beyonce went to the CMAs to sing Daddy Lessons because she loves country music. And she said, when she got invited to do it, she said the only way she's going to do it is if she brings the Dixie Chicks, because she loves the Dixie Chicks. And if you know anything about the Dixie Chicks, you know they
babe. We love the chicks.
George Bush.
Forever.
When they fucked George Bush, that's when they got blackballed from the industry. But Beyonce said, if we're going to do this how I want to do it, and I want the chicks with me. While she's performing on stage, her great song, Daddy Lessons, because I love that song, some white man stands up and says, get this black bitch off stage.
He put it all
And
over
it's
social media, and
motherfucking
it was like, girl, what?
So this biracial girl wants to get up on social media after the Beyonce Bowl and say that this is propaganda. And they proceeded to tear her stupid ass apart, as they should, because bitch, what?
So it's really funny when she says she is her best propagandist, and I'm like, girl, how? Taylor Swift is still here. Donald Trump is still alive. It's like, I could give you a list. And I'm top of literally, 25 people. Guess who not on there? Beyonce. It's like, this is the problem. Y'all literally, the thing about it is like, this is how you know. And I think she came out and said, well, I didn't really know about Texas culture. Yeah, that's why you should have shut the fuck up.
Period. No one asked you.
It's like, baby, she had references to Juneteenth. People don't know about Juneteenth.
So and the imagery never gave American patriotism or acceptance.
It gave black.
It never gave that. It gave very much, because you could tell you didn't watch Dallas with your mama at 9 o'clock on Fridays like I did with my black mama.
Hello.
Honey, like, she's in Texas. Why are we questioning what she's doing?
What is with y'all? It's like, what is with y'all? And y'all issue with Beyonce ever since she reminded y'all that she was black by doing Formation, y'all have never forgiven her.
So this is one of the things that I've seen come of this discussion, and I believe it to be true. Biracials, because remember, like maybe a year and a half ago, they were on TikTok talking about they don't want to be subscribing to the one drop rule. They want to be mixed. They don't want to just be black. They want to be mixed and biracial. So everyone was like, oh, you don't want the one drop rule anymore. Okay, so you biracial. Cool. We don't give a damn. Then after they lost that, the thing is with them, what I'm noticing, when they talk about, they say, and they use the natural hair movement as an example. When Black women started the natural hair movement to be proud and appreciate your natural hair as it is, within a matter of months, who became the face of the natural hair movement? Tracee Ellis Ross and biracial women with curly hair. Now, when you talk about natural hair, that's who you see socially, right? Or commercially. It's not women who look like us and showing our real kinks and coils, right? So they do not want blackness, but they do want the attention and social capital that blackness garners. And they still are trying to workshop how to get that. So they're going to say a lot of ridiculous things over the next few years.
Which is going to be very interesting because here's the thing. When you meet, so there is from what I've seen people talk, there's a distinction between biracial people and biracial black people. Biracial black people who recognize they're biracial but also really identify their blackness, they don't act that way. They just don't. It's like they don't.
Well, that was one of the...
And I think that's like when I pay attention to how some biracial people talk, but it's like that's not discounting the fact that you will be quick to represent blackness in a very, very big white space. Yeah. Light-skinned or biracial people will be the first ones to get in there because that's what white people will let get in.
Right. Like when we were talking about standing up in Hollywood and asking for more roles and diversity. Well, now you see most of the lead characters are biracial, light-skinned women.
And it's just kind of like
the roles are going to them.
And it's like, and the thing about it is, it's like there are. So let's just say, let me say this disclaimer: we are not talking about unproblematic biracial black people. This is not for you. So it's like, please do that. Like, wait, are you talking about me, girl? You know, daggone well, I'm not talking about you.
Not to mention, let's say I'm going to be brave yet controversial.
Not brave.
White women raising biracial children is a relatively new phenomenon. Before, back in the day, yeah, there were white women raising biracial children, but in the 1600s, 1700s, 1800s, 1910s, 1920s, 1930s, 1940s, 1950s, white women were not walking around with biracial children.
Those children were hidden.
Those babies were passing for white. Mm-hmm. No one was ever going to know that their daddy was black.
Right.
Ever. There's no time in this country where a white woman was going to raise a biracial child
proudly,
unfettered.
And like, where they're not treating them like flowers in the attic. We're not saying they're not birthing these children, but baby, please understand, if they were literally darker than the paper bag, and it's like, if you really look at paper bag, see how light that bag truly is. Yeah, they definitely weren't. It's like, if that baby wasn't passing for white, they ain't know nothing about it. That was literally the maid's child.
That baby was kept in the fields like Massa did. Mm-hmm. You see, biracial children were a byproduct of white men and black women prior to the 1950s. Right?
Because it was very easy to do so because hi. But
so
hello, slavery and segregation, y'all. That's literally how this happened. You're like, wait, really? Yeah, that's how that happened.
So they are not understanding why we are socialized to understand whiteness, or how we understand whiteness and the way it presents itself in society and what it looks like and what it means and how disruptive it can be. So when that girl told her she suckled at the teat of her oppressor, I'm never letting that shit go.
Oh my!
I ain't never letting that shit go.
Mercy. I'm like, oh good Lord! I'm like, I'm
not mad at it. I thought it was the most hilarious thing I ever said.
I'm like, the thing
if you're black, is like, ever had an argument with a biracial person, at some point you are going to walk away from the argument like your mother white and just move around.
And the thing, and it's
because what else you going to do?
Right.
They don't get it.
And again, disclaimer. I'm saying, like, we are talking about problematic folks. And what Han did is problematic because, one, she gave this apology, but it was somewhat backhanded when she said, y'all don't understand the meanings of words. Hey, hi.
They literally said black people don't understand what propaganda.
And they're like,
as if I exist. Excuse me.
So, sorry. Yeah, no, you're fine. So here's the deal. The word propaganda, is she correct that it doesn't mean negative? Yes. Hey, hi. But we're talking about intention. We're not talking about the literal textbook dictionary definition of the word. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the intent in the tense and tone that you used it. You used it in a negative light. We're like, y'all don't know what propaganda means. I'm like, we do know what it means, but we also know the intent of what you just said. You weren't saying it as a positive thing. So please spare me. We're not talking about the textbook definition of propaganda.
Not to mention culturally, you are not astute enough or esteemed or steeped enough into Black culture to make those kinds of critiques out loud and be right.
I'm
You are
like,
always going to be wrong and
you're
check.
dead ass. And the thing about it is like, it's always really funny that we have to keep pointing this out. When we talk about propaganda, you are literally listing Beyonce as the best one. And I'm sitting here like, with all of like with a someone with the last name of Kardashian, last name of Musk, last name of Swift. Her documentary was literally called Americana. You're not going to sell me, girl, sell crazy somewhere else. I'm awful up here. That is, it's not possible. The thing about it is like, it's not even about y'all calling her propagandist. This is just another way for y'all to literally always wanting to humble Black women when they are exceptional. I'm sorry, not they.
Not to
We.
mention, I think it's deeper than that. I think that really is just the easy way to describe it. What happened is we were too happy. The joy that Black people exuded after her performance on the Super Bowl, that joy is what pissed everybody off. You see, Black women said, we're opting out, we're not doing shit, but we sat our Black asses up on Christmas and watched Netflix and random numbers up for Queen Bee. We sure did. And the joy we were expressing, imagine and remember the joy you felt after watching that performance, and she nailed it. Imagine the joy you felt
Because she didn't like, Netflix did not screw up, because I feel like Beyonce would have literally she would have burned that building down.
Listen, the joy we felt what we felt was joy, people, and that is the crime.
Yeah, because not for
That's
nothing. Yeah, because it's kind of like, how dare, I'm like, she can't be top. It's like, it didn't help that like a week or so before that, they're saying Beyonce is the best performer of the 21st century. Let's be very clear. She is. You don't have to like her music. You don't have to like the fact that Beyonce was one of the first people to literally have no promo for an album, and it went #1. She just dropped the album. People were like, oh, I'm so going to go get this.
Never forget self-titled is that girl.
It's like, when I tell you, it's like, nobody was like, literally before that, everybody was gearing up. I gotta do a press run. She was like, oh, fuck this, I'm just gonna drop this and see what happens. And what happened? Now it's like, oh, girl. So the fact that y'all say like she's not the best, the fact that a Black woman and not Taylor Swift, because it's not even about other performers, because y'all ain't coming, like, y'all ain't saying nothing about Britney, Celine Dion, y'all not saying nothing about Adele, not saying, and mind you, I'm only talking about music that I like. Y'all not talking about all these other like white performers who are stellar. Okay, y'all literally just saying, well, Taylor Swift just had this crazy world tour, because she's fucking Taylor Swift. Like, let's be fucking honest. But is she a better performer than Beyonce? To us, to me, no, she's not. No. But it's like, if she is your top, girl, she is your top. No one didn't say she wasn't a great performer. That's the other part that I'm not getting. I'm like, no one didn't say she wasn't, like, she's not a great performer. I enjoy some of Taylor's music. Her fandom is what gives me pause.
Well, that, and why are you comparing that little girl to Stevie Wonder, baby? Like, and let it go.
Like, Stephen Wonder, y'all have lost your fucking minds here.
Steveland. Motherfucking Steveland.
It's like, girl, have y'all lost your minds? It's like, the thing about it is, y'all don't have to literally put the measuring stick of performer for the 21st century is Beyonce. The 20th century was Michael Jackson.
Yeah, it's true. And
so what y'all doing?
Michael Jackson and them already handed the torch to Beyonce.
Hello. It's Whitney, like, Michael is everybody's prototype.
Period. Michael, if Michael were still alive, he would have took the crown off his head and handed it to Beyonce, #1.
Right.
But she also was Luther approved.
Hello.
Aretha Franklin approved.
Prince
approved. Tina Turner approved. Even Hank Aretha approved of her.
And she don't be doing that for everybody. Hello, this is the same person who said Taylor Swift. Beautiful gowns. Why do you think she said that?
Beautiful gowns.
I was like, so it's kind of like, the thing about it is like, hey, hi, this is not signaling for no hit dogs who hollering. Let me just say this. All of our comments about what happened with Han and Beyonce and the discussion is about problematic biracial people who literally are like, do not call me black. I am mixed. Okay, I'm biracial. Okay. It's like we're talking about y'all. We are not talking about the black people who are like, I'm sorry, the biracial people who say I am black and biracial, or like I usually identify as black because that's the side of my identity that I identify with. We're not talking about y'all. I know quite a few people who are just like that. They're not problematic. They're like, y'all need to stop embarrassing. They be like, stop embarrassing us. It's like, because I get hit. Because one, they were like, we get strays because of y'all.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a prototype, it's an archetype, it's a mentality. And the reality is, why are we all clocking it collectively at the same way at the same time?
Hello.
The thing is, niggas is out of control. Niggas done lost their motherfucking mind and they out of control. That's all
of them.
Everything.
Every last thought, like which part? Pick a part. We're like, just pick one. Pick one.
Listen, everyone's tired. We're all tired.
We are so like, girl, y'all are getting on our nerves.
Yeah, like it's a lot. It's just a lot to put up with you, and it's getting to the point now. It's like, look, and I really believe that they were like, most of them, they want to be a part of the conversation, but they don't want to be black. They don't want to be held
accountable. Which is very, very sad.
Which is strange too, because how are you going to be coming into our culture, talking about us and critiquing us, but you don't want to be us? Like at the same time, it's like, what do you want?
Because to say like, oh, I wasn't aware. I'm like, hey, hi, Google is too free for y'all to be this stupid. It really is. I'm like, honey. So
not
it's okay. The
reason why I brought it up.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Sorry. The reason why I brought it up is that girl took offense. Like, well, what is it about my white mom? It's like, listen, like I said, white women raising biracial children is a relatively new phenomenon. And unfortunately, if she did not unpack her internalized racism, if your daddy did not impact his internalized racism and anti-blackness,
it's hurting your child.
That's the perfect storm for you. Because then you're going to come out and engage with whiteness and blackness based on your mom and dad's perspective of their own hurt. And you're going to say something you ain't had no business saying. And then black people are going to look at you like.
Yeah, people are like, they're going to pull your collar like, man, come on over here. I need to talk to you. Sit down.
Yeah,
sit in this chair right now. Let me tell you exactly why you done fucked up. Because the thing about it is like, I promise y'all, some of your like hot takes, and I'm putting hot in quotes, baby, keep it in the drafts.
Yeah, and that's what I keep telling everybody.
Baby, keep it in the draft or run this past. Like, don't put it on. Like, just put it out there. Get you some black friends, because that's also what I notice when you see people who say, "Oh, I love black people. I love blackness." Blah blah blah. I look to see if they have any black female friends.
Yeah,
if
a lot.
I'm like, yeah, nope.
But I've talked to, just being a parent and being in schools, I've talked to a lot of white women with biracial children, and just, speaking with them in general or being cordial. A lot of them will tell you like, oh no, they'll tell you straight, like without saying it, they don't even know that they're saying it, but they're like, oh no, I don't talk to black women. Black women have always had an attitude with me or a problem with me. I'm like, no, I don't think that's it. But then again, they'll never, we could articulate it to them till they're blue in the face. They'll never accept it or understand as to why. Like, first of all, honestly, the question will never be like, why do you want a black man? It's like, why would you want to be with a black man in America, knowing that there's been no racial reckoning? And then when you do get with them, the first thing out your mouth is, I didn't realize it was going to be this hard. Because if you notice, like, a lot of biracial children come out and they were the ones coming out telling us their story about how their racist granddad called them a nigger on their 5th birthday party.
It's like, wait, what?
It's like, wait a minute.
I'm like, wait a minute.
Your mom
knew. Still alive? And it's like, well, yeah. Wait a minute. How? And did you spend time with
your mom literally
and they're like,
knew.
Yeah. Girl, what?
Your mom literally knew before she gave birth to you that her daddy was racist, and she birthed you anyway. That lady don't like you. She don't like your ass.
Or she thought,
and instead of protecting you from him,
I'm like, if I bring this back, I'm like, oh baby, sometimes you can't.
That's not how it works. That's a naivety.
That's literally not Does it work for some? It
Did
does.
it help us during slavery when they were in the fields? No, baby, no. You see, and that's the thing. If you were biracial, you would have came through me. I would have been your mom. That white woman is going to raise you like a white child. And all it does, all it will ever look like is you are mad at me because the white privilege that your mother raised you to embody and implement will never work for you because you are half black. But you never have that smoke for your white ass family members who didn't accept you. It's always some black stranger on the internet who's triggering you.
Or it's like when I was in, I'm like, girl, okay, you know what? So, yeah, yeah, we're gonna discuss this again. Another conversation series. This ought to be great. Um, and I have to pull in Charmaine. I really do because I know she be rolling her eyes like,
Charmaine Theory?
girl.
Yes.
She's like, what the hell? And it's like, because one, it's
No,
like,
because I don't want to speak. Oh, like, and that my thing is, as an African American woman, and I giggle whenever I hear the word monoracial because I just think it's
because I was like,
so.
wait a minute, like, okay.
I'm sorry, but it makes sense, and I feel like it's fitting because it's ridiculous. It's just it's a ridiculous term. I love that for us, um, and also like I just think it's perfect. I just think it's fitting, but no, I don't have an issue with biracial people and I don't have any resentments. I know a lot of times it's like, oh, you want to be light, you want to be prettier. No, I don't. I do not actually. I like myself. I like being black. It's just right now, given the past three election cycles, what is happening is blackness is preserving itself. It's protecting itself, and we have to.
It's
Because
what
what
happens
you're
when
not
you're
going to
not
do is come
protected. It's like
here
we have to do it
and tear us
ourselves.
apart and then try to take our things to go into this new reiteration of America and pretend like you invented it. That's why Fat Joe has been politely escorted out of the BET awards ceremony and will no longer be hosting because he showed his little ass.
Because he need,
Like
and the thing
everybody's
about it is
starting to
like
show
that
their
you
ass, and
did
I don't
not
think
have
people
to
are
do this.
understanding. Y'all are getting up here freaking out because you don't know what's going to happen under Trump, but it's not my problem because y'all shouldn't have voted for him. But the ones who are freaking, y'all are saying a lot of things that you will not be able to walk back. And as an African American, like I will not be able to unsee it. I'll never unsee it.
It's because it was kind of like, now Joe, we get it. It's like the thing about it is like the way he did. I'm like, oh good lord, Joe. Okay, because quite frankly, Joe, you could have chalked this up to I grew up in New York. For people who
Bro,
are from New
he
York,
had
they
the same side of an
totally.
argument with Lord Jamar.
It's like, um, you could have just said that because for some people in New York, it's like that is fine. That is not literally a universal thing, and Joe should have shut up and ate his food.
Not to mention, like, you from the Bronx. Niggas in the Bronx let you say the N word. I'm
That's
from Maryland.
exactly. It's like
So I'm
don't
not
let
having that shit.
your local nigga friends
Mm,
get you get you out of pocket with
mm-mm.
the entire United States because it's like some people like no, my friends can't do that. Like what are you talking about? And
My
it's like
friends would
Joe,
literally
shut
want
up.
to say,
Like Joe, why are you acting like you are not old enough to remember that they were about to get Jennifer V. Lopez quite the fuck on out of here when she said that nigga is my niggas, but you don't hear me though. They were like, girl, shut up. Like
not to
what?
mention, man, J-Lo he was very vocal about Jennifer.
And she's
He
from the
didn't like what
Bronx
she
too.
said. He didn't like her. She was very vocal about Jennifer. But you live long enough, you see yourself become the villain.
Exactly. You literally see yourself become the villain that you have been fighting for God knows how long. It's like,
Yeah, yeah.
Joseph, you are not one of these young ass dudes in the game. You've been here quite long. See, this is why, and mind you, y'all, allegedly, Big Pun was a very abusive man, but you see,
He
his
was.
widow literally is really like, fuck Joe forever. I'm like, damn, they still have not gotten this shit together. I'm like, she's like, no, fuck him. It's like, damn, it's 2024. This woman is still like,
I
fuck him
mean,
forever.
he had issues with Remy Ma too, and Remy had to literally rough him the fuck off and let him remind him she will shoot him because he tried to play with her. But he doesn't have the best history.
He don't.
I think really for him, he feels some type of way because he feels like he should be as successful as other black entertainers. And most of his hits have only come when he was with people like Ashanti and other black artists. He's never been seen or recognized as a great artist,
By
which he
yourself.
is.
It's like, oh baby, it's like you're doing like a Hot 16 as a feature.
Mhm.
I love a Fat Joe feature.
Absolutely.
But it's like, baby,
Absolutely.
we are not putting you in the top 10, not even the top 15, not even top 20, not even top 25 for a very good reason.
Well, first of all, Big Pun was better.
That part. Again, allegedly, very abusive man.
Hmm.
Still. And
I'm still
before
a Pun.
people just say, it's like, I don't know what to tell you. I'm like, I don't, it's like, y'all, you're listening to two people who grew up in the 80s and who are very familiar, even though like me and the hippie hops, you want some history, you're going to cook. However, I still was up around, oh baby, understand some of the greats in the hippity hops, problematic as hell. Do you know what we
Yeah.
say? Oh, I know
Yeah.
that. We don't try to act like they're not problematic.
No.
We don't.
No.
It's like, no, problematic
We
as shit. There's a lot of
know.
problematic ass people who make very, 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 very good music.
Yeah, I think one of the entries to being a musician or artist is to be problematic because
It's like, hello, who, like, one of my faves is Tupac. He
mm,
also went to jail for allegedly, I don't know if alleged, because, open and shut, like, he literally went to jail for this. But he helped with an essay.
yeah,
It's like, baby, please understand. Y'all don't have to do this with us. It's like, there's no Bible. Like, baby, Tupac was in jail. They filmed a video called Temptation with just his music, and he ain't even there. Do you know how many stars were in that fucking video?
they all came out.
Everybody. So it's like, oh baby, please don't come to us talking about like, oh, because that's what gets me about people who are defending like, I like this artist. Trying to say that this artist was not problematic or didn't do something problematic is a fool's game. Because one, that person can be like, two things can be true. That person ain't shit and that person made a very hot song. I need y'all to understand that.
Hmm.
Stop trying to like I like because you like this music and you don't want nobody telling you what to do, what to listen to. Hey, hi. You know what's funny? You don't have to tell us you listen to their music. See how that works? It's very, very easy to do. But I will never say that certain people are not problematic.
No, no, no. I mean, growing up in that time, everyone was fucking problematic. Like
Thank you.
we had to adjust to that Bill Cosby news.
Hello? It's like, where I tell
No
you,
one
it's
saw
a
that shit.
punch in the gut. It's like,
No one
oh,
saw it.
girl.
But it's like if I could tell you, like being there, like everybody's like, "Well, how did y'all let R. Kelly happen?" Like, baby, I was 14 years old. I'm literally the same age as Aaliyah, and
Also,
when
y'all
I'm telling
already
you,
knew.
everybody knew it was never a secret. Walking
It
down
was,
the street,
I'm sorry, go
and
ahead.
all that happened when she came out with "Age Ain't Nothing But a Number." Is grown ass men now walking up to you
Like,
as a young
oh,
girl.
oh,
Age ain't nothing
okay.
but a number, sweet. Like me, I'm a minor. Age ain't nothing but a number.
Right, and it
Age
was just
ain't
like,
nothing but a number.
girl,
That's
and
what
mind
grown people
you, and it was
yelling
kind
out
of like
to young
women
girls.
that is older than her, they know that grown ass men approach them the exact same way. Now y'all
Period.
had an anthem, and it's like, yeah, this guy's so hot because that's what y'all have always done. Y'all have
Yeah.
also like been grown ass men, been on this earth at least a clean 30 years. Coming up to a 12-year-old saying, well, I didn't know how old she was. Look, I didn't know she was 12. You knew she wasn't 18. You knew she wasn't 21.
Also,
You knew you wasn't 26.
I remember how y'all were talking when that happened, and all of y'all said them bitches didn't look young. They looked like they knew what they were
They're
doing.
fast.
As you proceeded to then watch that sex tape in your barbershop and your granny house.
What? And hey, hi, y'all. People who were selling that tape, they were selling child pornography because
Literally
she was a
child
child.
pornography. Literally, you go to the barbershop and it's playing in the barbershop.
It's
You all got
playing. They will open up their
being sold
laptops
next
and
to the
pay it.
bootleg. Everybody saw that R. Kelly shit, and the main thing that everybody said was that nigga. Like, damn, that nigga's sick. Is something wrong with him? That was him in that video. But them
And
bitches were fast though.
it's like they fast. It's like when I tell people, and you remember this, when Aaliyah and R. Kelly, that first Soul Train Music Awards, where both of them were there, baby, the person got a lot of boos was Aaliyah.
She did
They're
get
like,
booed.
really? And it's like they're like, R. Kelly got booed too. Hey, hi, you could barely hear it. Stop playing with me. But if you watched when they said Aaliyah, you heard the boos clear as day. Oh, and by the way, Whitney Houston also got booed at the Soul Train Award because they said
She
she's a
sure
little bit
did.
too white. But
Oh yeah,
y'all
because
don't.
she was
But
the
people don't know
Clive
that.
Davis
She was with Clive
production.
Davis. She a little too poppy. She not too black. Why is she even here?
Oh, Whitney was not initially accepted by the black audience when
Nope.
she first came and they
No,
brought her
she
on the
was
Soul
not.
Cycle.
It was
No.
like, nope. And the thing was like, I could say a lot about Bobby Brown, but I will tell you, Bobby Brown is actually a very big real one for literally allowing people to blame him for
Yeah.
Whitney's drug abuse, knowing full and hell well her brother's the one who started her. And he ain't say a damn thing because it would be so weird because that nigga was on drugs too. So it's like, oh, it has to be
But
you.
they were already sniffing coke because in the model when he was a model in the industry in the 80s called heroin chic to be gaunt and thin. So yeah, they were all sniffing coke and heroin back
It's like
then.
when they said,
So
like,
it's
wait a
not
minute, that's
anything
like, because
new.
when I saw it in the documentary, I'm like, time out. Y'all let decades go by, and everybody
Mhm.
blamed Bobby, and this was never, and he never said a word. He never said it. Hey, like, I ain't do it. Her brother did it. He never
Like
said
she was
anything.
smoking coke when I met her. Shit, she
Correct.
had an eight
And the
ball today
brother,
on first date.
right, and the brother said it too. So it's like,
Yeah.
I'm like, Bobby is like, he almost crushed Usher's dream, y'all. We almost didn't get Usher Raymond the Fourth because of Bobby Brown.
Yeah.
But like Usher didn't want to be Michael. He wanted to be Bobby. He met Bobby, had a very bad reaction with Bobby. That kind of stuff could stop people from. It didn't stop him, thank goodness. But guess what? What if it did? We wouldn't have Usher.
Mm-mm.
Like I get it. Everybody wants to be Michael Jackson. Nope. Usher said it himself. He wanted to be Bobby Brown.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Didn't he
last
call him the king of R&B? I've called Bobby Brown the king of R&B. Usher didn't take it personal.
he did not.
Because they were calling Usher like Usher when he came out and he had done by the time he had done Confessions and all that stuff because Confessions sold 20 million copies. Whitney's the one who came out and was like Bobby Brown, the king of R&B, because she was literally like, y'all not gonna play my man for this little boy Usher.
Correct. I get it. It's like he helped with New Jack Swing. He really did. It's like there was
He
a
did.
very big time that Bobby Brown was the king of R&B. I still
He
say
was.
it's Luther, but that's neither here nor there.
We gonna talk about that later. I got commentary about Lufa,
I have not
but
watched the documentary and I gotta watch it, but because we got one more story and then I gotta
go ahead.
head on out. But go ahead.
Oh no, I'm hip to all of that, but no, I
Now
was
I'm hip. I'm hip.
like totally help. But no, like all I'm saying is it's a lot going on, but one of the things I need everybody to remember that 9 times out of 10, you don't have the proper historical context to evaluate and critique a lot of these situations that were happening back in the day.
They're like, why
So
didn't y'all say something? Girl,
we
Twitter was not a thing back then. Please shut up.
and we did say something, but we were children
Correct.
too.
But
And
because
now let's talk about how this stuff is still happening. But a lot of you Gen Z people who are mad about Diddy and Bill Cosby, y'all still listen to Kodak Black. So I want everybody to step back and take a beat. I want everybody to step
please,
back and take a beat because y'all still watching DJ Academics and he's got a weird case. Why is he around? Okay, everybody just take a step back and breathe before you start opening your mouth because you're draining. You're draining. You don't know what you're talking about and you're draining. And I just wanted to say that. I did.
yeah.
Mhm. Yeah.
So before we get to our last story, there is something on. I know you've seen like the cute black baby's IG handle is on Twitter. It's everywhere, right? So they
Oh,
all
okay.
pull stuff on. So there is a person there's a guy. He's playing with his two kids. They are extremely cute, but he's playing with a toy gun with him. Now, seriously, if you're not watching the video, just listening, the baby's giggles, of course, it's a baby. It's a baby giggling that thinks it's extremely funny. What gives me pause is you playing with a toy gun with your kid. And it was just like, hey, hi. I grew up with a mama who, now mind you, this is before Tamir Rice.
Mm.
My mother never, and I mean ever, bought my brother a toy gun. She said, absolutely not. And there is a reason. Because, hey, hi, if we are playing with toys, we are seen as dangerous. Tamir Rice didn't even get like 30 seconds. And it was like, oh, we thought it was a grown-up. A grown-up. That boy looked his age. What the fuck
He was
are y'all
literally
doing?
outside playing in a park by
In
himself.
a park. It's like, girl, what are y'all doing? So it did make me, it gave me pause. I'm like, I'm sorry, baby giggles are just like, they are palate cleansing. They truly are. But that gave me pause because I'm like, and there's some people who just don't feel that way. So I responded to somebody's thing. So someone said, the laughs and fun is nice, but after the Tamir Rice murder, I personally don't buy toy guns or play with them with children. I've been like this for years. It's like, baby. And so I responded and said, my mother growing up refused to buy my brother any toy guns. I'm in my 40s and I'm the same way. I love the laughs, but the gun does make me uncomfortable because it just does. So some random ass person, so your mom thought your brother wasn't intelligent enough to not do something dangerous.
Oh, bitch. Sorry, excuse me.
And so someone said, mother probably was more worried about the other guy. Yeah, that part.
Yeah.
It's like, no, that's not how that works. And also like pellet guns and BB guns, they actually look like real weapons. And how literally, there was also a black, I don't think it was a child, probably a young adult, who was unalive with a BB gun in a Walmart. You know, the same store that used to sell guns and bullets.
Yeah. Yeah, never forget him. He was just literally standing there looking at it. And some guy called and said, there's a black man in the aisle holding a gun, and they came in and shot him.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot that young man's name, but he's a decent young black man. And he didn't have any record or anything like that. He just literally was standing there looking at the guns, and they walked in and shot him because some white person called the police and said, there's a black guy in the aisle holding a gun. It's a fucking Walmart. He was literally looking at the fucking merchandise. And I'm sorry, but y'all not beating the allegations. No one like nobody.
Y'all only stopped selling bullets and guns because that man made a documentary called Bowling for Columbine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that's
Michael got in y'all ass, and they're like, oh, you can buy guns and bullets at Walmart? You sure can. Walmart's like, hold on, we'll stop. We're sorry.
Yeah.
It took, girl, shut up. Okay, so our last story, and I put this in high key for a very big reason because y'all fucking with me, is the misinformation about the LA fires. Now, I am hearing two different things about these fires. I'm hearing one, they're brush fires that happen in California all the time, by the way. But there are years where shit just get out of hand. And it do. The other thing I'm hearing is that some of these fires were set on purpose by arsonists. And I'm like,
yes.
Girl, I'm like, I feel like, so both things are happening the exact same time. Because it's kind of like you think, why are they having brush fires in December? I'm like, well, they don't really get a winter, but usually brush fires, it's like brush fires can happen at any time. But if we're also lighting fires, that's hilarious. And also very, very sad.
Sorry. Go ahead.
It shouldn't have been that funny when I said
I get it. I laughed inappropriately. I'm not sorry.
No, we have gallows. Sometimes we laugh inappropriately. We black. So we have gallows humor. After January 20th of 2025, gallows humor is coming back full force. Thanks so
I think
much.
really the issue, they're not going to understand. They're going to be mad because we're never going to not laugh. Like the crazier shit gets, the more we're going to laugh.
It's like, girl, it's like, we're going to have to laugh. Because like, do y'all see this? No, see, the thing about it is, that white lady who only wears pantsuits tried to tell y'all asses, do not put him in office. This is what's going to happen. Now, you lucky that Kamala got more. She got, not that Hillary don't have class, because she do. But you lucky she ain't go scorched earth with y'all.
I would. Hillary should.
And I would have. But
Hillary should scorched earth. I'll always stand 10 toes on that shit.
It's like, I
She
don't blame
should
Hillary.
have,
She's like, girl, I'm not in office. I am literally, I'm not in Congress. I'm not the Attorney General. Let me tell you, hold on, Dre. I got something to say.
Mhm.
And it's like, honey, it's like
All
she
out.
was like, but Kamala's like, she's still in office. So but yeah, she's vice president. So there's only so much she can say. But when I tell you,
When it's over and done. Mm.
when I tell you she gonna publish them damn journals of what she wrote, Dear Diary, this country's crazy.
Listen, and they are sitting up here like, well, what they really thought, like they wanted the Biden administration to commit treason because they accidentally voted for Trump. Y'all, I can't make this
Or
up.
they're
Like,
like,
no,
I
this is
regret
what
my
you voted
decision. I'm like, girl, the thing about it is you
for.
have the same amount
Everyone,
of hours per day that we do, and you have the same internet. You don't have a different internet than we do.
yeah, like you all voted for this shit, and you get what you get at this point. Like, no one cares. Don't like cry me
Pretty
a
much.
river. Don't come
Like,
over here and whining about.
like, fuck the river. Cry me an ocean. Cry me a ocean. Cry me a bay. Cry me every body of water on this earth, because I'm sick of y'all. It's like, I don't want
Listen.
him to let y'all make. I'm like, we made a mistake. Oh, I know that. Thank you, Ted Koppel. But I know that news bulletin. We knew that already. We told you. So here it is. We got a lot of misinformation. First, like, it's the LA mayor's fault, which, by the way, let's say this. She is the mayor of LA. That
This is not
Kardashian, who was usually like, she teetered between my favorite Kardashian, and by the way, I don't really subscribe to them. But that lady who allegedly is OJ Simpson's child literally got her happy ass on the internet as if you live in her city. You don't. Shut up. Also, they are like, how are you talking about water when y'all keep getting dinged by overusing water? I'm sorry. How much salad do y'all have to clean? What is happening here? How many salads y'all got to rinse?
Yeah,
The
they
mayor
were like,
of LA is only mayor of LA. All the other cities have a different mayor.
Not
Right.
to mention, like that's. But then she did all that, and everyone had to come out and be like, "Girl, but you overused, you overconsumed." But so here's my thing: why are they? They're utterly useless. They serve no purpose. In the year 2025, let's finally just abolish those bitches. Just
It's like,
abolish
I'm
them.
like, y'all need to divest from them, because I'm not doing this. I want to say this. Hey, hi, dear firefighters, dear first responders, thank you. You're doing your job. Also, y'all are screaming about DEI and how this is a DEI. However, we're ignoring the fact that a lot of incarcerated Californians are fighting fires.
Yeah, and you all voted to keep slavery, so Callie, maybe not.
It's like, if you don't leave us the hell alone. So it's like, y'all talking about she crafts the budget, and I'm like, girl, Google is too free for y'all to be this stupid.
Not
I
to mention.
literally, it's like, y'all could literally look this up, because we're having DEI discussions. We're talking about, oh, she cut the budget. No. And then you have literally a memo that comes out where she's literally asking for y'all to reinstate overtime. That's what y'all are doing? I'm sorry, y'all are dumb. And it's like, wait a minute. The group, the demo that is talking about, let's bring back merit. The minute that y'all see a non-white, non-man in a role, you're saying they only got there because of this, meaning that y'all don't really want merit. Y'all want to go back to a time where y'all really saw more white faces. Y'all can kiss my ass. You don't like. It's too easy to Google this fucking woman. The police, the fire chief, the mayor, all of these people in power, like, see who was in charge? I'm like, but I thought y'all said y'all wanted to go back by merit. Here's the thing. If y'all want a meritocracy, understand that those black people, those LGBTQ plus people, those non-male people that you're saying that they're only there because of DEI, because it's not that they were not qualified before affirmative action. They had to put in a law because they're tired of y'all acting like they not.
Mhm. Not to mention, y'all are only where you are because of PUSFY. Why don't you shut the fuck up, Chloe? Because this is why nobody likes them. And it's to the point, if I got to directly approach Lala and Sierra about hanging out with her and promoting her brand, that's
Okay,
what
I'm
I'm
like,
doing.
I'm gonna need you. I'm like,
I
I'm
don't,
like,
I
come on,
don't give a fuck about
Calendria, please come from over there. I'm tired of you. I'm glad I don't see her that much,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like, Sierra, please stop. Stop thinking
Yeah,
like, oh, she my friend. Your friend had problematic moves, and now, mind you, now earlier in this show, we talked about like I watch people who have, if they have black female friends. Kim Kardashian has black female friends.
to
She
an
seemed
extent.
to an
And in the
extent.
sense that she loves their aesthetic. But I'm sorry, listen,
All the Kardashians do. They have black women
China
around it because they
fumbled
want to like you want to be a sponge and soak up the aesthetic.
because while Black China may have fumbled Rob, okay, in the sense that she didn't get to take him down the aisle and divorce him and split his bucks.
Oh,
But she did give birth to one of the only Kardashian children who will be culturally accepted.
and the fact that homegirl said, I'm the only one with last name Kardashian. Bye, girl. Shut up. I love this.
Girl, I know deep down they're mad. But did you hear about what happened to Kylie at the Golden Globes?
Oh Lord, what happened to her?
So Demi Moore, was doing her rounds speaking to everyone because she's
Oh,
old
that's right. She
Hollywood.
didn't speak to her or hug her.
She gave her like, oh, hey girl, like, oh, it's you. But the reality is, everyone was like, well, why she do Kylie like that? And then someone said, yeah, because the Kardashians slept with Ashton Kutcher while they were married to her. He was married to her. And I was like, thank him. And I was like, wow. So I was like, Kylie, you can't even walk the red carpet with a decent white man. Y'all so treacherous.
Girl. So,
That's hilarious to me. Fun fact, but yeah, whatever.
ain't it bad? It's so bad, but
It's like that's not good. Like, and that's the point. All they want to do is be seen and be in the circle, but it's like that's not
you
what
want
you
all
are.
the rhythm and none of the blues.
You all are culture, like you all are vultures.
That's what culture vultures do. It's like they want all the rhythm and none of the views, none of the blues.
They're like you're all parasites, and now you're not even welcome in proper society, and you can't even use your white privilege at this point. You couldn't use your white privilege to get you anywhere. That's crazy. Well,
so we're going to wrap this up. This has been fun because I'm sorry, before we wrap it up, there are a lot of GoFundMes out there for the families of there's something that lost everything in a fire. I'm gonna tell you this: whether you are like working class, middle class, you are rich, to literally have your whole house burned to the fucking ground. Everybody, like, no matter how much everybody gets to grieve that, because that is a lot. Because it's like, I don't care who it is. However, I want everybody to go and look up the citizens of the city of Altadena, or the neighborhood, again, geography is not my strongest suit. However, there's a lot of families in Altadena. That is a very, very large black community in LA. A lot of people have GoFundMes because, again, houses burned complete to the ground. It's not like half and it's just stuff covered in ash. There's some people who did that, but there are a lot of people who, like, what happened? They literally have to watch just a pile of ash that used to be their home. And basically you have to pack up and go. And like you had, like, at most they probably didn't have enough time to, like, you can't pack up a whole house in just when you're trying to evacuate.
There wasn't enough time.
It wasn't enough time. It's like, girl, imagine trying to pack up your whole life in a matter of hours. There are people who take weeks to pack up an apartment. Hello, that's Stephanie. Stephanie took
your room could take a week to pack up.
Huh?
So your room could take a week to pack up.
Hello. So it's like there's a lot of people who literally had to leave, and it's like they had to watch their life. Please look up these folks and give their GoFundMes.
Yeah,
I'm saying, like, I'm like, you can't, like, I can't. I'm like, I feel bad for anybody whose life burned to the ground, because a lot of people, their house is their life. So I'm like, whether they are rich or poor, it's still sad. What I am saying is go help the people who are not the rich people.
Mm-hmm.
And look at, like, because it's like they got a spreadsheet full of people.
Yeah, and the other part of that is if you're not directly helping the people who need it, start pressuring these corporations to make sure they give money and resources.
Yeah, tell them to open up their purse. Open up your purse.
Open up
Dear
your purse.
Walmart, open up your purse. Target.
Period.
Amazon. Hello, Elon. You got a lot to fucking say. I'm like, sir, you have...
Especially Amazon.
It's like, oh, baby, you could literally give... You have 2 or 3 billion to give. Stop playing with me, Elon, because you make money by opening your eyes every day. Yeah, pressure them. Stop worrying about what Beyonce is doing and start pressuring Elon. It's like, oh, hey, hi. He could be giving a whole lot of money.
Right, because while Beyonce is a billionaire, she's not trying to petition Congress to make me work 7 days a week and shit, and with no...
Thank you. She don't have multiple billions, okay?
She's not doing me like that, so
She not.
I legit don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, no, we really should be pressuring these companies and corporations to open their purses and do this, because everybody's feeling it. Everybody is paying too much for the price of eggs. So I think it's just only fair and actually befitting if, I'd be like, hey, corporation X, ABC, I need you to open your purse and make sure these people are made whole. Otherwise, we could kind of like, I don't know, go into Walmart and just, I ain't gonna say it.
No.
They get scared.
She gonna get me kicked off the internet. I'm kidding. She's not. But there are a lot of people who are doing what they can, but let's be very clear, because I don't think the fires are over.
It's not.
I think that's the other thing. It's like there are people that are going out of their way to raise money. There are people who are offering like aid. Shout out to Cheryl Lee Ralph, who are actually going out to help. But please understand, them fires are still going on. There are people who are lucky enough to say like, hey, they told us to evacuate, but the fires never touched my house, or I just have a little smoke.
Yeah.
It's not the story for a lot of people. But, and also, hey, hi. The election was in November. Y'all making this a political thing where people literally have lost their whole livelihood, their whole lives. It's like, yeah, everything is gone. Y'all making this a political thing just shows how incredibly stupid you are. How stupid and just small. You are small, stupid people to make this a political thing. People are dying, Kim. People have died. People have lost everything. And you sitting here making this about the Democrats and the Republicans. It's like, I don't give a fuck. They're like, literally, this is a tragedy. And there are people now also dressing up, pretending to be here to help evacuate people and are looting homes. I'm like, I'm sorry. Y'all are so lucky that God has not given me the power to smite somebody. I don't need it, because a lot of y'all be gone. Because that is just horrible things.
Listen, all these hoes need to be glad I don't have a dragon.
Okay. Dracarys. Now, mind you, we're talking about fires and we're talking about we will smite them with fire. It's like, some of y'all, I'm like, I would say send the flood, Lord, but it's like, yeah, send the flood to drown out all these fires in California. I'm like, bring the tsunami to stop all the fires. But some of y'all, I'm like, I'm sorry, some of y'all need to be smacked. Some of y'all literally need to like be smacked.
Everybody to take a beat. You got potty, Roscoe? All right, here we go. I'm sorry. I'm listening. No, I didn't put you on mute because he's looking at me like, bitch, I see you running your mouth, but you also see me pacing in front of this door.
Well, you know, oh, Lord, I can't. Look, Lord, he want his chicken and waffles, too.
So, that's my boo. He's my emotional support.
He's the baby.
Time in my life when I needed emotional support. But
He do be like, if you don't get up and take care
He's
of me,
like,
and
excuse me, I am a dog. I do not have opposable thumbs. I cannot use this can opener on my own. So I suggest that you go and feed.
I would love to build a doggy door, but I don't trust people.
Hello. It's like, no, because somebody be like, all you got to see is that hand come up. And I'm like, see? Now I'm going to have to stab somebody. Look what happened. I stabbed this person. His hand was coming in my doggy door. So what happened? I stabbed his ass.
My child has a box. I'm a good mama because I don't be opening her mail, but I do be curious.
Oh, my God, girl. But
Because ordering like all manner of things and little art supplies and shit. And I'll be like, well, how did you know to get that? Like,
ooh, maybe she went on the internet. I'm sorry, I just dropped a spoon. But before we get on out of here, Cook, again, it goes without saying that you my cookie for real. I appreciate you. And I'm so glad that you are here. Tell everybody where they can, if you want, follow you. And the show is coming back. Hashtag the show is coming back, y'all.
it is thank you. Hashtag. I'm glad you said it because Span, every time I call and be like, hey, Span, I think he's kind of like, okay, you going, Span, I'm coming back.
Shout out to Mr. Span. That's my boy.
I'm absolutely coming back. I will be coming back. There is no two ways about that. One of the things, though, I had to kind of get myself together on some real shit. So now that that's happened, it took a little longer than expected. But I've kind of gone through some things. I may get into it on the show. I may not. But when I do come back, I want to make sure that I'm definitely doing better than I did the last time. I have a fun story about the last time I put out an episode, and I really convinced someone to come on the show and talk to me, and it was a complete disaster because I didn't realize just how disconnected I had become from, doing it. And it just like, you're not getting better at it to my standards. There are some things that I wanted to change and do better, but I also have to kind of do some other things to get there. So I'm just gonna make sure when I do come out, I put out the best product, and I want you all to like it because I do actually have a lot of things to impart to everybody, but I'm gonna take my time and be good, and it's gonna be right. And I've been saying that for the last 2 years. So of course, when I do it, it's
I'm here. I'm like, I'm just waiting for I'm gonna get the notification. Like, yep, I knew it. Okay.
Yeah, but no, you can follow me at Cook_Simmons. Just please make sure you follow either Stephanie Sunshine or Mocha Minutes, because if I don't see any mutual people, I'm not going to accept you.
I am
but
screaming right now.
You're more than welcome. You're all welcome. You're all welcome. It's lit. It's a gas. It's the key. I will keep you entertained. I am a social media content coordinator, and I build a wonderful aesthetic for anyone who wants to follow an account and just have a good time and vibe. That's what I do for now. I just bring good vibes. Yeah.
She does.
Yeah.
She does.
Yeah.
Well, y'all, this has been the Mocha Minutes podcast. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will be back next week. Well, hopefully I'm getting teeth extracted. So yes, hopefully I will be back next week. I probably will. If I have cotton in my side of my mouth. Yeah, if I sound weird, it's because of that. But yeah, I'll be back next week. Bye.
Bye, bye, bye.
People have tried to make a false equivalence between diversity and a lack of qualifications. So let me say something very clearly. Diversity does not equal unqualified. And anyone who tries to convince you that it does is perpetuating racism and sexism, even if they don't intend to. Because you can be racist without intending to be. And the consequences of making such a false equivalence results in people looking at people of color and women and assuming that they're unqualified. That's called prejudice. That's called racism. That's called sexism. People continue to use code language to make bigotry more palatable and to normalize bigotry, but diversity initiative simply means that you can no longer have just white men in these spaces as you have for centuries.